Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading, and we are on a rather unsavory topic today, a particularly unsavory topic today, and that is Prince Andrew. And I have already done a reading on the rather strange story about Meghan perhaps being called to testify in the Virginia Giuffre case. That's the reading I've just done. And now I'm going to be looking at Prince Andrew and his titles, his Duke of York title, and his honorary military titles, whether he stands to lose them. And the reason I am doing this reading, not because I care about Prince Andrew, I really don't, but it might have implications for Prince Harry if that Duke of York title was to be stripped from him. It does open the door for the Duke of Sussex to lose his title. So that's the real motivation for doing this reading. I'm not going to be asking directly in this reading. I'm going to be looking purely at Prince Andrew. I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross, as I usually do with these readings, from Prince Andrew's point of view, and we're going to look at his titles and see what is going to be happening to him. He seems to think that he's going to win the case, he's going to be absolved, that the case isn't even going to go to trial, and that then it's business as usual for him, that he can return to public life, believe it or not, that the pitch at the palace golf thing that he was involved in, bit of a money-making racket by all accounts, allegedly. Let's throw some allegedlys into this reading. He seems to think that he will be back in business with that. Apparently still people employed by that endeavour, all waiting, braced, ready to jump back into action. And allegedly, courtiers have been too scared to stand up to Prince Andrew always. He operated with impunity within the royal family, protected by the Queen. So the palace has been paralysed in its attempts to deal with this court case, with the scandal around Prince Andrew. But even though the palace has been ineffectual in its dealings with Prince Andrew, of course, because of his relationship with the Queen, his protected status in the royal family, the military have come out yet again and expressed their great unhappiness at the fact that he is so involved in their business still. They say that it has put a strain on their proud history, certain regiments, and that they are uncomfortable drinking to his health. They are hoping he will resign those titles. So I am using the Zombie Tarot, my beloved Zombie Tarot, a gruesome deck. Look away if you're squeamish, as I always say with this deck. And I use it for these kinds of readings. First of all, because it amuses me, and second of all, because it has men in uniform in it, and I need men in uniform to see what is going to be going on with Prince Andrew. And those uniforms of his, those medals he likes to wear, and likes to strut his stuff. Of course, he was a decorated war hero, so I can't be too scathing about him. He did earn certain status in the military, but of course, right now, who would want to be associated with him? Big moment in the court case. The jurisdiction issue, I think, has been decided. The court's decided it does have jurisdiction to hear the case, but there is another kind of side issue that they're deciding. So, and we'll be deciding it today or tomorrow. So it's make or break time for Prince Andrew about whether this matter is actually going to go to a full hearing or not. So Zombie Tarot to tell us what's going on with Prince Andrew and his titles. His Duke of York title, this card, his military titles, this card, standard Celtic cross otherwise, but of course, as I say, all in the background, Prince Harry could be involved in this, and wow, underlying energy, we get the lovers in reverse. There's the happy couple, Prince Andrew and Virginia Roberts, as she then was, Virginia Giuffre, the kiss of death for Prince Andrew, was it not? What an absolutely magnificent card to underpin this reading. It really tells it all. Bad choice, because the lovers, as I always say with boring monotony, The Lovers card is also about the choices that you make, the big choices that you make in your life. And Prince Andrew made a mistake, a very bad choice with that alleged relationship. And it looks like it was some kind of relationship. I did a reading on this long time ago when this case first started to prop up in the news. Early days of my channel, and it really looked like Virginia Giuffre had feelings for him and felt very rejected and very abandoned by him, as far as I can remember from that reading. All allegedly, all tarot readings, all entertainment purposes, all just my opinion. Heart of the matter for Prince Andrew, he seems to be oblivious to the harm that he is in. And there is the card of being oblivious to the harm that you are in. If ever there was a card, 10 of Cups, happy families. Of course, Fergie and the girls are off skiing in Switzerland. I think they're in Switzerland at that lodge that they have in Switzerland, chalet, not a lodge, and which was supposed to be sold because they couldn't afford to pay for it. There was some scandal, and I think the Queen bailed them out as usual. So there they are on the front page of the newspaper, skiing, having a marvelous time. Prince Andrew seems to think that he is going to be fine, but look what's happening in the background. Not a pretty sight. It is the card of being a little bit deluded about your 10 of Cups, Prince Andrew. What challenge is he facing that he really doesn't seem to be even remotely aware of? And we get the Knight of Hazards, which is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Hazards. And it is that card. I'm just trying to think. Yes, it is the Knight of Pentacles. I just had a sudden blank about this deck. Hazards or Pentacles. So it is the Prince card. A knight is always a prince. It is the prince that has had a rather an unfortunate accident, driven that rather fancy car, and Prince Andrew does like his fancy cars. He's been spotted in Windsor Park driving around in a very new, very fancy car. I'm clueless about cars. I don't know what it was. Daily Mail, I had a picture of it today, and a brand new car, straight out the box. He is running into a wall with this card, with the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Hazards. That is going to stop him in his tracks because this card is in the reverse. Slow, steady progress when it's in the upright, making money, all very nice. That pitch and putt thing, pitch at the palace thing, not pitch and putt, I beg your pardon. Nothing so vulgar for Prince Andrew. Pitch at the palace. But running into obstacles, running into roadblocks, not able to make money, not able to make any progress, brought to a halt by this. He doesn't see it, but everybody else around him sees it, and I think frantically trying to warn him. He is not going to take any notice. So what's going on behind the scenes? Our courtiers rushing up and down. There it is. That's the card that I've been hoping to see. That's why we have the Zombie Tarot out. Thank you, universe, for producing this card for me. The Star in reverse. His medals are being taken away. Not literally. His own medals cannot be taken away from him. I beg your pardon. I'm coughing like this. My throat's all blocked up suddenly. But there it is, going on behind the scenes. There are discussions, very serious discussions about him losing his honours, his honorary titles, all those honorary medals he can pin on his chest and strut about when he goes out to do his military duty. Great fanfare, pomp and circumstance, all of that. It's in great jeopardy. Major Arcana in reverse, the Star card, despair, hopelessness, loss of that starring role because the card is in the reverse. It's going. It's being discussed, and this is serious for Prince Andrew. It's Major Arcana. He just doesn't see it, completely deluded with his 10 of Cups. And his focus right now, what is he thinking? What's going on with him? 9 of Wands. He feels that he is surviving this onslaught. The Nine of Wands is being barricaded, being protected, that your guard is up, you've got boundaries, you've got your protection around you, and you are making your last stand, and you are going to survive. It's been a long, hard battle, but you've endured, and now you are at the last moment, and you're going to make that last stand and survive. Yeah. Good luck with that, but that is what he's feeling. He's feeling that he has ring-fenced himself and he is immune to whatever attacks, to the zombie apocalypse. He is not going to be... He's feeling embattled. He's feeling bruised, sure. He would rather be skiing in Switzerland, of course. But he feels that he has got his defenses in place and he can withstand this onslaught. So what's happened in the recent past, or not even the recent past, the past? There is the conflict, the Five of Swords. It does tell that this has been a long battle for him, and it has been difficult, a lot of conflict, a lot of negativity, a lot of hostility that he wasn't expecting. The Five of Swords always had very ugly energy around it, and it is that conflict card. Verbal arguments, legal arguments, on and on and on. It's gone, and not only, I would say, from the lawsuit, but also probably from courtiers trying to draw his attention to the peril that he is in, probably from other members of the royal family trying to warn him, trying to get him to wake up to the danger that he is in. And the dog is very busy and very loud and joining in vocally. The deaf dog. So, deaf husky, for those of you who are new to my channel and do not know, very old rescue husky called Saber. But I call him the dog because he doesn't know that he is called Saber. So, what's going to be happening in the near future with Prince Andrew and all of this, the Nine of Swords? This is a nightmare for him. That he is not going to be able to escape, even though he thinks he is, with the Nine of Wands there. A lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of sleepless nights. This is not going to go away anytime soon. And so, yeah, self-explanatory card there. However much he feels that he has got people looking after his interests and protecting him, not so much. So let's look specifically at the various titles. And first of all, the Duke of York. That's the big one. Is that at risk? Yes, because we have the Queen herself, the Queen of Hazards. That's the Queen of Pentacles, the Earth sign Queen, Her Majesty the Queen, in the reverse. She's very angry with him. She's very disappointed with him. She's, I think, reached the end of her tether. We've seen that in certain decisions that she has made. She is tidying up the honours list. Tony Blair, of course, a very controversial decision that she has avoided making for 15 years, is it? Finally made. She's also given Camilla a very signal honour, very public honour, very recently. She is tidying up before she goes, before the Jubilee celebrations start anyway. She wants this mess out of her way. Prince Andrew, Duke of York, looks like he could well lose that title. Very interesting. She's really fed up. When the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, very angry energy. The support is gone. The loving, nurturing, generous, open-hearted, open purse, I'll always bail you out, I'll always help you. No more. And sense seems to have prevailed there over motherly love, and she's had a bit of a blind spot for Prince Andrew seemingly all of his life. No more. Military titles, military honours, what's going to be happening with those? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is the card of being trapped in a situation and not being able to escape from the situation. So it looks as if, we're doing this reading from Prince Andrew's point of view, it looks as if Prince Andrew is stuck in this mess. Even if the court case goes away, if somehow Virginia Roberts' silence, Virginia Giuffre, if somehow the court case goes against her or whatever. It looks as if Prince Andrew is not going to escape this mess. I don't read this from the point of view of the military themselves as being shackled to Prince Andrew forevermore. I see this as being Prince Andrew, that he is stuck in this mess of his own making, because the Eight of Swords is always a mess of your own making, something that you create, you could get out of if you only opened your eyes and saw the way out of the mess. Prince Andrew is not opening his eyes. He is not at all aware of the danger that he is in, the trap that he is in. So it looks like it's all going. Prince Andrew's hopes and fears at the moment, and that's the Ace of Hazards, that's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. He is actually afraid of losing it all. The glamour, the glory, the jewels, the chalet, the luxury, the private jets, the deals that he's able to make, the lofty position that he holds. He is afraid of losing it. So somewhere there in his reptilian part of his mind, there is a fear. I think very buried way down, deep down, there is anxiety about this, which is going to manifest in the Nine of Swords in the near future. A lot of stress, a lot of worry. He is aware that he is really, his money, his status, his things, his possessions are all at risk here. And the outcome for Prince Andrew of all of this, the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is an interesting card because it is a royal family card. It's a Taurus card. It is the organization, the structure of the royal family. It is the status quo. So you could read this card and say nothing's going to change. The status quo is going to stay the same, that even though these cards have come up and there's a lot of worry and whatever, Prince Andrew is going to endure and nothing is going to shift in his life. But I read this card as saying the royal family is going to endure, and Prince Andrew is going to be sacrificed to make sure that the royal family endures, the hierarchy, the status, the order, instead of the chaos that he has brought to them, that they are going to make decisions that ensure the future of the monarchy. And it's very interesting that there's a television set in this picture, in this card, and some kind of announcement could be made regarding Prince Andrew. I think that he is going to be retired from royal life. He will still be a much loved member of the royal family. We've heard that one before, but kept at the very back of the balcony. If he ever appears on the balcony again, I think it will be right at the back. And take note, Prince Harry, because this reading does tell me that he is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't know it, he doesn't see it, he may sense it subliminally almost, but the trouble is there, the trouble is brewing, and it does look like he has lost his mother's support, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which means that's it, it's over. And as I say, Prince Harry, take note, because if this goes badly for Prince Andrew, you could well be next. So those are the readings for today. Thank you for watching as ever, and I will see you tomorrow.